it's game 2. And against Murktide for game 2, I used to do the Ghostly Prison thing because it was good against Ragavan, but they don't run that many creatures, so I've been off it the last few months. Instead, now I'm loading, I'm adding 2 Inquisitions because they run counter spells. I think I go down to 2 Reprieves. I keep my removal, go down 1 Tithe on the play, go down 1 Prismatic Ending on the draw, and I add a Boil, and I think I add a Rest in Peace, even though that's a bit marginal. So, begins. I have the Lightning Bolts in hand for Ragavan, which is important, necessary, so I deal with it now here so that they can counter it. Hold up Reprieve. Don't want to waste it. Don't want to waste it there for the second Consider either, just because I am expecting that they'll actually play something, an actual impact card next turn that I can counter, because they're going to have 5 cards in hand to do something with, or 4, even if I reprieve that Consider. So, expecting that they'll try and do something proactive here, so that is reprieve. And obviously that's helping us dig for that 3rd land, which we get. And then now it's time to start hitting their lands. These counters are always an issue, but we throw down Ledger Shredder. So the reason why we don't bolt it here again is because we want to hit their resources first. I imagine, they would be we would be able to kill it if we wanted to, but I mean, ultimately, it's 1 damage, 2 damage a turn. Better to sort of nail them down on resources so they can't do anything else as soon as possible. So, hindsight, maybe should have blown up the Fury Islet, especially, seeing what they've done after, because now they can sort of, if we attempt to destroy their 1 red source, they can crack it, which is not good. But I mean, we were hoping to have them take a bit of extra damage if we were going to Haktos race. So, hard call. On the margin, probably not the right decision there. But, so attack with Ledger Shredder. It doesn't matter too much here because they will counter that. And they get a bigger Ledger Shredder. But again, it doesn't matter like that we didn't kill it, because ultimately the reason why we, are losing is more that, they have the mana to do what they want. More so than Ledger Shredder there. So Ragavan comes in. So this is an interesting spot because we do have the 2 bolts in hand, and I guess, we can't count on them damaging themselves with 3 more damage, and a Molten Rain won't do it, so we pretty much have to use our bolts to kill their stuff while saving Haktos. So let me just. So I recall here we did not cast Haktos here. I believe that we did not cast it here because I think we were afraid of running into a counterspell, or why did we not? Yeah, I think it's because we were afraid of running to a counterspell, as well as the risk if it was if it landed on a 2, that Ledger Shredder would kill it. So I think the thinking here was that we hit their lands and I think have them either sack a treasure or take a damage from the islet to cast Ragavan, which we are then able to bolt. Whereas if Haktos gets countered, we're screwed. Now, thinking about it now, probably was not the right play. It was pretty late at night when I was playing this, but yeah, looking at it now, probably not the right play. Might have cost me, well, spoiler alert, might have cost me the game. Also may have been due to the damage, because I would have gone down to 7 if that happened. Yeah, probably still not the right play, because, yeah, then they would have had, well, yeah, because then I would have, yeah, okay, still not the right play, because I was not really in danger. So yeah, that was a mistake on my end. Clearly, as a result of not playing for a while, so yeah, they've got their Ragavan, bolted. But yeah, obviously that earlier player I think is what cost me the game. Yeah, so that gets, yeah. So a bit of a tight spot now. But we do have a means to get them off red, but we are hurting for damage. Let me just think, why did I not cast, again, I think casting Haktos there, well, that wouldn't have worked because we would have taken 3. So it was better to, I think we wanted to destroy the Ledger Shredder, well, because we had to, because we were 2 hits away from dying. So again, we're in a tough spot there. So things seem to have stabilized a bit. So we can now get the mana for Haktos without hurting ourselves. Yeah, so we want to play Haktos here. Well, we wanted to cast Haktos there because, I mean, a Vindicate, that would have just destroyed an island and they could have still fetched for a red source. So we decided to go for it here. If they didn't have a counter here, we would have won, but they did. So that's unfortunate. I mean, yeah, think about it now, like, maybe that earlier play wasn't a misplay. I mean, it was just them having the counter at that moment. But, yeah. So here we're able to get them off of red. Yeah, with this deck, we always want to just play all our lands because there's not too much point in holding them. Yeah, and, well, unfortunately, they top deck Murktide, and we do not have an answer. So yeah. So again, like some of these lines on like when to cast Haktos or not, I think may not have cost me the game because I think they had a counter in hand, and they had that counter in hand later when I was going to cast Haktos, but I was put in a tougher position there, and in that critical moment when I chose to boom or Haktos, yeah, I think I overthought it, and it would have been better to cast Haktos there. So again, these are the type of tough decisions that you need to kind of think through in a game, and often in hindsight, sometimes in hindsight and sometimes objectively, you find out that you probably made the wrong decision. So it's always good to note those instances and think through the lines. From that experience for the next time that occurs, or you're in that game situation.